Okay, Super Soul Sisters. Now I'm going to follow on with a pair of shoes that a lot of people are not going to know what I'm talking about. So you actually have to watch the video for this one. They're called Footsac shoes. Footsac, as in, now this is a Shona term from Zimbabwe. Okay, so as many of you will probably know, I am from Africa and I lived in Zimbabwe my whole life and then shifted to South Africa, and I'm not going to carry on my journey from there because I've been all over the world because I've been very lucky and blessed. So anyway, the Footsac shoes are really important to follow on from the oranges and apples shoes that I was talking about, you know, and sometimes, you know, I was talking about bananas and the whole thing that goes with it. But effectively at the end of the day, sometimes you're going to get a bit of kickback, and in fact quite often you're going to get kickback. Okay, there's going to be a bit of the Spanish dancing shoes from the other person, so you, or other people even. So say for example, like, and you might want to go and watch that Spanish dancing shoes in the YouTube channel if you haven't, or you can do hashtag Spanish dancing shoes. I think that's already up in the Facebook. But you've got two different ways that you can watch that information. Now, just, you know, Spanish dancing is where they're going to throw their toys out of the cot because they are wanting you to change your game, to re-adopt the game that you have been playing, that you probably didn't even realize you were playing. So they want you back in the game. They don't like you being independent. They don't want you breaking out on your own, right? And you just got to go Footsac. So in Zimbabwe, we used to say to tell the dogs or whatever, stray dogs or whatever, to go home, or your pets or whatever, you know, Footsac, go home, Footsac, go away, you know. So it's your go away shoes. I don't want that, you know. So sometimes we need our Footsac shoes on when we come up against someone who is trying to block us on our path that we're trying to go on, our new path. And it's normally because they've got their Spanish dancing shoes on and they're having a hissy fit about you not playing the game that you've always played. So until you met me, you probably didn't even know that you were roped up in all these different games, right? Now you're going, right, I'm having to wear those shoes to keep that person happy. I'm trying to wear those shoes to keep that person happy. I find that I have to change the way I look, feel, behave with my friend, blah, blah, blah. Or that I have to do a certain thing in a certain way at work, and they're forcing me to do stuff that I don't want to do. So those are shoes I don't like. These are the shoes I do like. These are actually the shoes I do want. Now I've worked out, you know, these are the things that I have to do that in order, because let's give you an example. I have to behave a certain way at work in order to keep my job. Okay, so you feel like they've got some kind of leverage over you. Okay, but the reality is that we've always got a choice. Now, you do know what's just come up for me is that tarot card where it's the cross swords, the two of swords. Oh, I can't believe I had to think about that. Bear with me, ladies, bear with me. Okay, right, two of swords. Okay, and she's got the cross swords like that, and that is like your split path. So, you know, like the fork in the road shoes that I call them. Have a look at that video too if you haven't watched that. It's like, you know, what do you do when you get to the fork in the road? Like, you know, how do we start? We've got to identify which way we want to actually go, because I don't want you getting to be old in your rocking chair having loads of regrets. Okay, you don't want that. You know, it's like I want you to sit back in your rocking chair and go, man, damn, I had a ride. You know, like I packed as much as I could in. I was the best version of myself possible. I did as much as I possibly could. I ticked off as much of my bucket list, if not the entire lot. Whatever it is for you, whatever floats your boat, whatever is your car and your road, whatever are your shoes, I want you to have a feng shuied closet, shoe closet, that tells you these are my shoes, these are, you know, this is my path and this is my way. And one of the challenges you sometimes have, or quite often will have, is you get resistance. When you've always played the game this way, if you've played the game every day at work, like, you know, you have to, you know, speak a certain way, do a certain thing. I can give you an example. I had a boss in Unilever in the UK, and everybody used to walk around him on eggshells, like absolute eggshells. And like, you know, I don't really know why. I thought he was quite a nice guy, but anyway, apparently he was quite a cranky dude. And in the day, there was a fax machine right in front of my desk, and I was in the marketing area, you know, handling all the marketing stuff, or some of the marketing stuff, not all the marketing stuff. And the one day he walked in and he was having a challenge working on, you know, the fax machine and sending the fax. So I had told him he needed to turn it over and then push the buttons because he had it the wrong way for a start, and so it would have all been blank on the other side, which wouldn't have made him look intelligent or smart to whoever he was sending it to. Anyway, the whole, unbeknownst to me, I had done a taboo, you know, because that all the other girls in the office would have rushed to him to pander to him to do, you know, do it for him. Whereas I told him how to do it, and I actually got dragged to the side, and one of the ladies said, that's not really how it's done, you know, it's like, you should have gone up and done it this way. And I said, do you know what? I'm not going to do that. And she was like, excuse me? And I was like, well, I'm not a secretary. I'm not here to pander to him. And he looks like he's old enough to learn how to do it. So you can imagine, kadang, that was her jaw. It was like, are you joking? Where have you hailed from? You know, like, you cretin, how dare you, you know? And I was like, no, that's not what I'm here to do. Like, you know, if he wants his secretary to do it, then it's fine. I don't, you know. But he actually came in and wanted to learn how to do it. So, like, I had the audacity, you know, so it's not a fork in the road sort of thing. But I can tell you, like, there were a number of instances. He just loved me. He thought I was the bee's knees. And I was the only person that he wanted to sit next to at staff dues, because I just treated him how he was. Like, there was no, you're on a pedestal, there was no nothing. And I was unapologetic about that. So the confidence of me wearing those shoes, as much as it aggravated the rest of them, they were like, no, these are the shoes you're supposed to wear. And I'm like, well, no, I'm not going to put those shoes on. And if you don't like it, ask the secretary to do it. I'm totally fine with that, because it's not going to be me. Okay, so unapologetic in it. Now, obviously not where it's going to jeopardize your job, you know. And if you are really in an environment where you're having to do stuff that you're not really wanting to do, and the shoes really don't fit, and they're too tight and they're too restrictive, and they really, do you know what I mean? Like, you're hearing all the analogies in there. It's like, I'm not happy, you know, I'm so restrained. I have to do this in order to get my job, keep my job. I have to do the job of 10 people, etc. Forget that. You know, in fact, you might want to be looking at, if you are one of those working career ladies, you know, mums, I'm going to be doing a membership area that is going to help us make money recurring, get taught. You know, it's a membership that's I'm going to find women, or teachers, doesn't have to be women, who are going to teach us how to get recurring revenue every single month of something that we actually love. So that is your shoes, your path, your way. And it reduces all the overwhelm. It reduces all that stuff of you having to be something that you are not. And then when you've got enough revenue coming in, you can turn around and go, Footsac. You get your Footsac shoes on and you go, do you know what, Footsac, I'm not doing that. I'm not happy doing that. I don't want to do that. I'm doing 10 people's jobs and getting paid for one. I'm having to be a certain way with bosses when, like, you know, they're not being courteous or they're looking down at me. I don't want that, you know. I'm going to say Footsac, you know. It might be that it's in a relationship. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be family. It could be friends. If they are going, these are your shoes, we don't want you to wear them, you say thanks but no thanks. You don't have to be unpleasant about it, but you can in your head go, Footsac, you can go away, that doesn't work for me. And you know what, if you don't like it, I'm actually fine with that. Now we're going to start working on that, because that does take a little bit of getting used to. Okay, you got to start going, ooh, you know, that means I'm going to lose friends, and then I'm not going to be popular, or I could lose my job. You mitigate as much as you possibly can. But I would be also saying, Do you really want people like that in your life who are going to drag you down, who are going to drag you back in your crayfish pot? Go and have a look at the crayfish pot, video if you haven't. Honestly, ladies, this is 10 minutes of your time. I don't care how busy you are. It's 10 minutes that you're investing in yourself every single day, okay? I am putting this stuff out for free. I charge for this stuff. This is going to make the difference about whether you stay where you are or you're going to come with me and be the best version of yourself. If you want to be the best version of yourself, listen to these videos. You can do it while you're driving the car, while you're getting dressed in the mornings, while you're doing your exercises, while you're doing chores, while you're, it doesn't matter. Find a way to do it, please, and take the time to do this, and then do the exercise. It's not just like listen to me, actually do. Like, so today it's like, all right, I've been interested. I've adopted these orange and apple shoes. I recognize I'm now an apple. Do you know what I am? I'm going to adopt a pair of Footsac shoes. What are the things that that you are like, do you know what, it really grates me, or it really upsets me, or I feel so constrained? Those are all your goosebump shoes. Those are all your intuition, yourself trying to break free, your higher self, your inner light that is saying, get me out of here, okay? Break free. Be you, the real you, and be okay with it. Be the apple, and then, or the orange, or the banana, whatever it is. If you didn't watch that video, it won't make any sense. You have to listen to the video before that makes any sense to you. Okay, pop those suckers on, and then go, do you know what? You are a banana that's trying to make me be a banana, and I am not a banana, and I'm fine with that, Footsac, okay? I'm not okay with you coming in, and they will come after you. In some cases, they'll come after you and after you and after you and after you, and you just go, no, thank you, thank you, shoes on, if you don't want to do the Footsac. But at some stage, sometimes you just have to go, do you know what, Footsac? You're unhealthy, you're toxic, the environment is toxic, the job is toxic, the people are toxic, whatever it is, cut it out of your life. You don't need a girlfriend. Get rid of them. You don't need them, okay? There are much better people in the Vicky Jane Facebook group who will be nurturing, who will be supportive. You won't need your Footsac shoes on in there. The whole point of it is that we start supporting each other, and then there's going to be this membership area where we're actually going to be focused on results. It's not just content, because you can get so much content everywhere these days. The membership area is going to be results driven. Like, what do you actually want to see yourself? What steps do you actually want? How will you know that you've shifted from where you are now, stuck or not going anywhere, or sort of dabbling, but to where you actually want to go? How do we test it? How do we measure it so that you can go, do you know what, damn, I have made so much progress in such a compressed space of time, and I couldn't have done it without having had the help of the Vicky Jane group, So let's get cracking with this stuff now. Let's stop stuffing around. Let's not waste another second, okay? Let's get clear about what your shoes are, let's feng shui your closet, commit to yourself, invest in yourself, and take these little steps so that you can get in your shoes, get you on your path, going your own way, okay? Namaste. Hope you like that. And thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, comment. Okay, all right, darlings, I'll see you again tomorrow. As always, love you all. Namaste.